What's up, y'all? YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Watch my videos at Cool Craig 73. Subscribe. The more you subscribe, the more it encourages me to make videos. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna get straight to the point. So a while back, I had met this young lady. She's a fellow truck driver. And when I seen her online, she didn't look like a truck driver. She fine as hell. Very, very extremely attractive. And me and her, we got to talking. And I've been knowing this girl for maybe 5 years now. And over the years, we became pretty close. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. I would say we became somewhat pretty close. Never met her in person. All we ever did was talk. All we ever do is talk on the phone. And she lives in another state. Like, she lives very far from me. But anyway, I'm gonna get to the more interesting part. So anyway, last night we were talking on the phone and we got into a kind of an interesting conversation. And I was like, look, I want you, I want to meet you, but you got me in your friend zone, right? I said, I don't like being in your friend zone. And she was like, her stance was like, what's wrong with being in a woman's friend zone? What's wrong with that? And I had to break it down to her. I was like, look, you know, it's nothing wrong with me being in your friend zone, but if I really like you, then it's torture. It's torture to me. She was like, why is it torture? I was like, because I don't want to hear about you being with other guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I like you, but you running around with other dudes, you ain't even giving me a try. And she was like, well, sometimes you just gotta wait, and some bullshit. She said something like that, and I was like, I said, you want me to be your friend when it's convenient for you, like when you need a shoulder to cry on, when you need somebody to hold your hand, and when you're having a bad day, or you know I'm your friend when it comes to that. But when you want to have fun, when you want to kick it, when you want a dude that's gonna come bend you over, when you want to get your freak on, that's when you call another guy. I said that's bullshit. I said that's like, if I'm working a job, if I'm working 60, 70 hours a week, I'm busting my ass, I'm showing loyalty to you. I'm coming to work every day, and then at the end of the week, you taking my check, and then you give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just everything I'm working for, you giving to somebody else. And she laughed at me. She thought I was funny. I said, this shit ain't funny. I said, this shit is torture. Everything I'm working towards, you giving the payout to another guy, and that's bullshit. So, y'all ladies, y'all need to know why us men, why we don't like being in y'all friend zone, why it's torture. And I told her, I said, at least give me a try. Like I said earlier, I said, me and her, we never met in person. I'm working on that. And I said, if you meet me in person, you might change. Think we might click, we might not click, but I'm like, at least give it a shot. And if we decide we meet in person, if we decide we don't click, then I don't mind being just your friend. You can tell me about the dudes we fucking around with, but at least give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I know I'm kind of skipping around a little bit, but I think y'all get the point. All right.